Alright, folk. It's Spoot and Fort Misery Gaming. Whoa, wow, Fort Misery Gaming. It's too early for this. So the 6-month anniversary for Sino was just announced, and it's pretty good. I mean, the comeback crystals kind of suck, but you know, it is what it is. It's hard to be a new player in this game. So, because of the broadcast, Summon Showdown and Target Takedown, which were the 3 campaigns that were kind of going on, including what happened during the 6-month live broadcast, which was really good. I generally dislike the Q&A sessions because it's all memery instead of addressing actual mechanical issues, but I mean, I understand it's got to look good for TV, so like I'm griping, but I don't take it seriously. Unless you do, and then in which case, you know, take it seriously. But anyway, so we've got about 650 Twilight Crystals floating around. Most of these can be claimed until January 10th, so you want to get to those sooner than later. Like, don't forget about them, because they expire. Alright, 6-month anniversary catch-up. So, started yesterday, the 28th, and it's going to run to January 5th. So nothing really crazy about that. It's a week and change, I believe. Look at the calendar. It's like a week and a day. So they actually did something that me and Tachi talked about. So you get 8 days of a free 11 pull. Now, the only downside about this 11 pull is there's no guarantees on it, so you're just working on whatever rates are, which is fine. Like, a free pull is a free pull, so I'm not complaining about that. This is actually a really good step. It should definitely be for more than 8 days, because it doesn't really do anything otherwise, but, like, I get it. So, each time you pull, you can actually enter into a contest that's in the app. So you pull and it's like, hey, do you want to enter this thing? So yeah, do it. 10 winners get a Lenovo Tab Pro. There's a Sino grab bag for 5 winners, and 20 winners get like an SR grab bag. So there's like, it looks like an Alice plushie and like a tote and stickers and some other shit. So like, that actually looks pretty cool. They did announce the international class, so it looks like Kaguya Cleric could be a Crusher or a Paladin, but I'm mostly sure it's a Cleric, just judging sort of by how the class goes. And then we have an Alice Gunner, because she got a big old bow. We did just get the step. Now, supposedly, everywhere I've read and the live broadcast are confirming that the international one's a step banner, so 5 steps, you get one of the classes no matter what. So we don't know what's on them. The classes don't exist in JP. This is because of the squish. I believe, unless something changes, they should be available tomorrow, the 29th. Or tomorrow, the 31st. They should be available from the 21st to the 15th, if the reports are correct. We don't know anything about the weapons or the classes. They've never existed before, so this is going to be kind of new for everybody. We got a bunch of pre-event login bonus submissions. You get like 30 Twilight Crystals total. There's some special missions to like get SR upgrade stuff for armor and weapons, and a couple of Nightmare tablets for Calo entries. We got a Purification sweep, so if there are 10 million kills, we get 3 Puri tickets, upgrade swords, gold, 220 Twilight Crystals, and a bunch of Dragon Shackles. That's pretty much what everybody's doing. So the buy promotion is going on. Apparently they're going to have a Twilight Crystal New Year's and an end of year more Twilight. So there's going to be at least 2 sets of double crystals. So if you're looking to purchase, which I'm probably staying mostly free to play going forward, so I may end up picking up one of these, but as a free to play player, like, you know, it's a thing. We've got a new Grand Conquest event, so we have Fenrir, Grieving Spider, and Z's. They are all getting upgraded in a big one. Apparently the anniversary events are going to have weapons that you can grab to fight those guys. So they run for only 3 days, so that's a really short one. Returning users, if you haven't logged in 30 days, you get a login bonus. So you get double rewards, which I think totals about 400... I think it's 450 crystals total, which is decent. There's a lot more stuff going on in general. So we do have the New Year's event. So it's Kimono, Red Riding Hood, and Alice. I've got a Should You Pull coming up tomorrow for that one, so no worries about that. They are increasing rank from 180 to 200. Max AP goes up to 3 times. I still think the max AP is a ridiculous mechanic in this game. Like, what are you going to do with 6,000 AP, much less 300? Like, the game management just doesn't have anything. So you now, your daily grimoire, if you haven't pulled it, there's a little exclamation mark on the bar, which is pretty good. There is a Royal Twilight Crystal Pass, so it has daily crystals along with a Royal Pass. I don't know the exact specificities of that one, so I have to dig into that a little deeper. Let me see if it's on the app yet. Because it said it was after maintenance, but I don't think they've actually done anything with it. There is a SinoAlice Royal Creators Program, so I guess they're doing a creator program in January, so hopefully everybody applies to that wants to get in. Obviously, all of the regular creators will probably be applying to it, but if you want to make content, like, join. Like, I always recommend these for even guys who don't even have that big of a channel. Like, if you enjoy the game and you like talking about it, like, do it. Like, there shouldn't be anything stopping any of you from at least applying. Like, and they may have bare minimum requirements. We don't know what they're talking as far as, like for Grand Cross, we had to have a certain size channel, and you had to have X amount of interactions a day, etc., etc. So, Sino so far hasn't announced anything, but, like, I hope to see more people try to get into this. I think the community is important that way. So yeah, so if you're worried about it, if you even want to make Sino content, you should bare minimum apply. Like, and if you need help, you can reach out and, like, either, like, I don't know about Tachi or Bork, but, like, I will absolutely help out. Like, me and Fort will both, probably more me than Fort, just because he's been really, really busy lately, between Illusion Connect and his actual job. But yeah, if you need help getting set up, like, reach out. Like, I would be more than happy to give you tips and, like, get you moving, even if you need help setting up OBS. I would rather see more people in it than not. So, we have some data about the integration plan. So it's supposed to be a late January, so there will be a merger between the US and EU server and Asia server that will result in one big server. So supposedly this is going to make 12 colo times. I don't know what that means for colo times. There are time slots that are already, like, pretty bare, because there are a couple of them that only have a couple of dozen guilds on them. So they are quantifying that time slots with less participation may be reduced, which means, like, if it's a dead slot, they're just going to kill it, which I think is fine. I think 12 is a good number to start off. That way people find the ones that work, and then they'll just prune the rest of them. Guerrilla and Conquest events are going up. I don't think they've announced an official time schedule on those, so that's fine. I think that's good. Supposedly they're going to be large-scale campaigns, so larger... I don't know what that means. I would assume maybe, like, different style raids, or more people in raids, or a different play style. I'm kind of unsure. Like, maybe 10-person, like, conquests or something like that. I don't know. This is all speculation, so don't trust any of that. I don't actually have a route for that one. So that's pretty much it. So it addresses a couple of the issues I've had over the last month, which is there are just, the economy is not great for free to play. Like, there's no crystals floating around. Once you start clearing the story missions, you're pretty much reliant on what is handed out and the occasional campaign that gets run. So, like, that's cool. I'm glad they're at least sort of getting it, but I don't think the 8 days is enough. Honestly, like, if you were doing this 8 days a month, I think it would be fine. But, Like, at this point, like, a free 11 pull doesn't do anything for anybody, really. Mostly because the catch-up mechanics are still not where they need to be. Like, it's impossible to start this game as a new player, which I think is their biggest issue. Like, whales are spending historic amounts of money, but you're just bleeding a player base, which, don't take that as doomsaying. It's just how whale-style games and pay-to-win games work. Like, it's every gacha, so I'm not surprised, and I'm not telling them to stop, but like, you have to do something for, like, the median player and trying to get new people in, other than, like, oh, hey, they'll pop in and for a collab and spend $20 and then we'll never see them again. Because that's what happened with a lot of the Nier players. We saw a lot of people during the Nier Replicant, and then when they had to play the game, they were like, well, I don't like this. And PvE has always been kind of a... it's been sort of a troublesome thing. So there's a lot of little improvements to be made. I think overall this is a good step. I like a lot of the stuff that's in the 6 months, so like don't take that as me shitting on the entire process. Like the live Q&A and everything was good. Everybody looked great. I blasted Waffle on Twitter, and I probably shouldn't have, because we have a good ribbing relationship now. And then everybody else was really good. Like, it was a good show. I mean, I like the live streams. I think those should happen slightly more often, because like roadmap style communications are like really important, and to try to keep communities in line, roadmaps sort of have to be communicated, which is, it sounds like the same thing, but it's not. Like, you can give a dev notes and say, hey, this is where we want to be in 6 months, but sometimes people don't read them. Like, even Pokemon Masters had no roadmap for the first like 9 months of the game, and the game was essentially going broke. And then the devs got together and they were like, hey, we're just going to start talking about everything and see how it works out. And it's worked out pretty well for them, arguably. It's in a better state now than it has ever been. But even Sino, even if Cat or Waffle or some designate was like, hey, these are the things we know we're working on, let's talk about it. Like I don't think we expect data or anything. I would still prefer more communication about banner changes and stuff like that well before the banner comes out. Because springing, like, the Three Little Pigs banner still kind of irks me. Like, we are post GC, we have already had 4 banners during, and then immediately after there's a 2 more, and then we have the 6 month, and then we have the New Year's, and then we have Christmas, and then we have all the single day pulls for the job. So like, it was a lot for people that may not necessarily have the gems for it. And if I had known the Three Little Pigs was going to get changed for 2 cost, like, I absolutely would have just put it off and saved and pulled for that one. I mean, I've pitted my last 4 weapons, so like, the rate is also an issue. But I think for the most part, the game is taking a step in the right direction. I think they could lean a little harder into it, though. But that's just it. That's me. That's my opinion. You can disagree or be mad at me. That's cool. So good job, everybody at Pokelabo. The 6 month is, I think, for the most part, pretty successful. I definitely like the steps that have been taken, and I think as long as we are cognizant of it and moving forward, I think this is a good place to start. It addresses a couple of my issues overall. There are others, but I'm not airing. I'm not going to spend this video just grieving over it. It doesn't make any sense to do that. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you're liking the 6 months so far. What do you kind of, what direction do you want to see the game go in? Like, what are you thinking? All right, boys and girls, good luck.